guys. Welcome to the podcast. This is a podcast that I'll be doing. I'll be having a different host every time. Yes, and he's right there. His name is Christian Campane. Campane, say hi.
Hey.
He is our host for today, and the person that will be joining me, my co-star, to my left. She's not to my left, she's in front of me. Her name is?
Janice.
No, her name is not Denise. Janice? What did you say, Janice?
I did say Janice.
I've never even met a Janice.
I've met a dentist, and it was a girl. It was like a really old woman.
Oh, well, if you're listening to this and your name is Janice, please send me an email or something because I need to know. I need to know that there's a Janice out there. Okay, yeah, I'm here with Trinity. My name is Zach.
She hasn't said a word yet. She's just laughed.
Hey.
Question 1. How did you two meet? Like when? Like what grade were y'all in? Like what was going on in your lives whenever y'all met?
I mean, it was actually probably this year, officially.
I mean, I knew who you were, but I had never, said anything to you before this year.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the specific instance. Was it? I mean, it wasn't on the trip, was it? I mean, I think I would say we became friends on the trip.
To what, Denton?
To LA and Denton. Denton and LA kind of combined. LA is where I found out who you were as a person, as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Denton, I think.
What were y'all doing?
Yeah, we were traveling to the one act competition, and I mean, you're in a van with people for 6 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we conversed at some point, and it was new, but.
Just in the middle of the car ride. Move your leg. You're touching me. I'm sorry. And then that's the only conversation you had.
No, that's
yeah,
not.
that's exactly how we met.
That's it.
That's how y'all became best friends for life.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, yeah, and it helped too, being cast in Beauty and the Beast, how we were, because we every time I was on stage, you were basically right there, and vice versa,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, y'all were basically partners in crime in that movie.
For those of you that don't know, we were recently in the play Beauty and the Beast this spring, and I played the dashingly awesome Lumiere, and and then Trinity here played the absolutely stunning Cogsworth. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We spent a lot of time on stage,
and I was Monsieur Dark.
Capone was Monsieur Dark. And
yeah, I had 4 lines, but they were all creepy.
I mean, your name is Dark.
I feel like it's kind of in your job description to be creepy.
Yeah.
I would really hate to be born with a name that makes me have to be creepy for life. Anyways, what was your favorite story so far? What's your favorite story of while we were trying to get the show going?
And this is
on or off the stage.
I will say favorite story for all the shows we've done so far, including She Loves Me, Beauty and the Beast.
We did some funny stuff off stage a lot of the times. We a lot of people sang a lot of the songs very much when it wasn't necessary.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but when was I not singing off stage? I mean,
when you were
all
coughing.
Of us, really. Yeah. Funny story. We did Beauty and the Beast, and all of the main cast was sick except for Trinity. Trinity was not sick, but yeah, Miss Potts was sick, who was played by the amazing Chloe Spore. And we had Belle was sick. Beast was sick, I was sick. We all just had this horrible cough, and we would go on stage and sing. We come off directly afterwards and be
Didn't you down
Except me though.
Didn't you down 4 lozenges?
Yeah, it was before Human Again. When we did the song Human Again, I had to down. It was 4 or 5 cough drops in my mouth right before we did the thing during.
You smelled like cough drops.
Yeah, during the intermission. I literally I was eating them as we were going on stage. I was coughing so bad. It was rough. Go ahead and say your favorite memory.
I don't think I can pinpoint one thing. I think the show as a whole was just one huge great memory. there were a lot of tidbits in between everything that were really good, but I think just like being a part of such a good crew and like working out a musical was just really cool in itself.
Yeah, we had fun the whole time. Like I had such fond memories of. I'm trying to remember if I had like a specific one.
Well, how's this? What was like your favorite scene that y'all had to play? Because there was a lot of scenes that y'all two played, and there were some of them that were really funny.
I mean, let me think. Like together, I really liked. There's a scene that the audience thought was a whole lot funnier than I did. So, and it was whenever the Beast, who's played by Branham Schrader, who will probably be on this podcast sometime soon, and he was mad, and it was like, yelling at Belle, and he's like just screaming at like all these mean things about how she needs to come out and go to dinner, and I was like, Master, that may not be the best way to win the confessions, and for whatever reason, and like we exchanged these looks like on stage and like things like that. Oh, no, I've got a better one. When me and you were on stage, you and I think, you and me.
I
don't
it's
know
you
the
and
proper,
I.
it's you
Me
and I.
and you,
Yeah.
and you and me.
Yeah.
Take it from a writer, it's you and I, you're good.
Yeah, you and I. So we were on stage, and what was the song you were singing? Yeah, you were singing the song, and I got really that would be strange.
Oh, yeah, that was during Human Again.
Yeah, it's
Wouldn't
during
be
Human
so
Again.
tense.
Where
Yeah.
you would like lean on my shoulder, and I was like, I
Yeah,
hate
the
you.
facial expressions exchanged then were great, and the audience loved that part too.
Yeah, I think we were pretty good at like, I don't know how to explain it. I think we were pretty good with
Your on-set chemistry was pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
there you
what-
go.
that's
Like,
a good way to
yeah.
say it.
being able to like interact like that was really good. I've never actually been able to act like that with anybody else, so props. But
Ugh.
seriously,
Y'all wear props.
Way to make it awkward, compagnie.
Just a bad joke followed up my very scared laugh while all of y'all stared at me.
Yeah, that's his laugh. He has the best laugh in the world. That is our host.
oh gosh.
Okay. What's the characteristic y'all admire most in the other one? Like, as an actor?
I'll go. You just have like such this like drive at like whenever you do something. Like it's just like you do it so well. So like you're not gonna do something You're not gonna do something halfway. Like whatever role you've got, like you studied the accent. You knew your lines before like a lot of the people did. No one really knew their lines for a while, but like you try hard at everything you do and put it to the fullest. I think that's really admirable.
Admirable.
Okay, I think I'd say just like sheer talent. Like you just kind of have a talent to do anything that you set your mind to. So like you direct and it's really good, and you do film and it's really good, and you act and it's really good, and like you're just really good with people, so it's just like pure talent overall in like every area. Yeah.
Oh man, it's making me feel bad.
What is attractive about the other person not professing your love to each other?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Okay, because we don't need anybody professing their love for Branham again.
No, definitely. We don't need Branham's.
Yeah, I don't need that one again.
No.
Profess our love to Branham anymore.
Okay, I think like. Well, does this have to be like a physical thing or like a personality thing?
I'd say personality things probably
It
the
can be
best.
both.
Okay, so I think that something that like anyone likes about you, and what makes you one of my better friends that I enjoy being around you, is you just kind of like you just genuinely care about everyone else and like everything that they say. So if I were to come like crying to you about something, you'd listen, you'd be there, and if I was to come like laughing my butt off about something, then you'd be there and laugh with me. Like you're just kind of genuine and loving everyone without a fault. So there you go.
Narrowing it down, like your laugh is like the best thing ever. Like 100%. Like, I think it really is like you a person that like brings joy to like everyone around you. I mean, you're just always laughing, always making these like. literally, if I'm having a bad day, like I could literally just walk up to you and like instantly we'd both be like rolling on the floor laughing. Like it just happens, and like that is not really anybody can do that. Like can just have everyone just rolling on the floor laughing like you can. So I think that is pretty amazing.
All right. Well, let's before I get to the next question, so y'all been in Beauty and the Beast, and you just said She Loves Me. What else have y'all been in that y'all really liked playing?
I mean, I enjoyed Lafayette #1.
Yeah, and the only other play I've been in is Cinderella, and that was like down
Yeah.
there. I was not cast.
Yeah, I was the steward. I talked about wine. I had like one line where I listed off wines, and that was it.
I danced with him. That's all I
Oh
did.
yeah,
That's
we really got our choreography wrong.
On stage and going, we're messing up, but it's okay, we're just gonna keep
Because,
going.
like, everyone would be moving left and right, and we'd just be like, but forward, back, oh shoot, and then we drive.
Sitting there talking to each other going, oh my gosh, we're going the wrong way.
But we were both kind of the goofy characters, so it worked out.
Yeah, and I actually broke like 4 wine glasses, like nice wine glasses, during the performance of Cinderella. Because we only did that one once, and
Probably a good thing since you broke the wine glasses.
Yeah, because our director, Miss Sizemore, fantastic director, she was like, okay, what would make this like a good experience? It's like, what if you brought out this like a bunch of wine glasses and like this thing, and we're like pouring stuff into them and like serving it to people at this big party scene. I was like, awesome. So I put all these wine glasses on this circular pan, I guess as you could call it, and tray, that's it, circular tray. So I picked it up and I started to move, and there was a table in the way because there was like pitch black dark backstage where I was doing this, and there's a table in the way, and I tripped and just smashed all those glasses just into the ground. Like this is like mid-performance, like while the cast is up there just singing their hearts out, you just hear this whoosh, like backstage, and there's just shattered glass all over. And this is like where, because this is where like Cinderella came to like get out of different dresses and stuff, because that's where we had to hang out like backstage sometimes. And so I had to clean that up really quick so that the actress that played Cinderella could come in and not destroy her feet with glass. So it was bad.
That reminds me of there's Gaston. There was a song in Gaston where we had to click the pint glasses together, and the people were going way too hard on this song. Like they were slamming the not the wine glasses, the pint glasses, and like everyone just kept hearing clinking as loud as possible backstage. And I came back because I was in the middle of the song. I didn't really realize. And after the curtains closed, I just see shining all along the floor. I was like, "What the heck happened?" And we were all just. I don't know. It's amazing people didn't like cut up their feet real bad on them.
Well, that was because Paige sent like all the crew out and they cleaned it up as fast as they possibly could.
Which was amazing. I was watching him do it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Apparently, I just didn't even really know what they were doing. So.
It was because like there were like 3 people backstage and they heard it and they saw it and they were like, oh my gosh, I'm barefoot. Like, what are we gonna do? And Paige was like, okay, snap, 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 we're going. Like, and they just like brushed off real fast. It was really interesting.
What's your 10-year goal? Like, what's your goal to be at in 10 years? Or within the next 10 years, is there something you really want to complete in your life or as a person?
I guess I'll go. Where I see myself in 10 years is, I mean, I kind of, like, definitely want to, like, be pursuing my dream. I want to be, actor, filmmaker. Like, in that realm, I want to be doing something along the lines of that. And hopefully be married by that point, because I'll be 28. So,
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, like 10 years, I'm almost 30, like.
Pretty quick, you're gonna be the 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, please, no. I don't want to have to get my chest waxed.
That was
probably
like
too far.
That was like a semi-roast right there. I was like, oh my gosh. No, dude, like.
I'm kidding.
What about all that stuff you were saying about how I'm approachable and things?
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was all a lie.
Now I know how you really feel.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This friendship is over.
I'm kidding.
This podcast
People
saw
are
the
gonna
end
think-
of Zach and Trinity's friendship immediately.
People are gonna think that we are like weird.
You're weird.
People already
We're
think
all
that
weird.
about me.
Oh, we are pretty. Anybody who listens to us has to be at least semi-strange.
Yeah.
Not to insult anybody that's listening.
I think they know. What about you?
You're not helping anyone right now.
Blowing bubbles into your drink, dude.
Stop that. Okay. Honestly, I really don't know. I'm trying to decide what career I want to go into. I've kind of really pursued journalism as of late, but I'm really in between working in the like film/media industry and then working in like writing. I don't really know. So maybe journalist, maybe like a screenwriter or something like that. I'm not really sure.
I could picture you as a screenwriter. Plus, maybe I could like direct a movie. You know, like you could write the movie and I could be like, oh, I'll direct it. You know, hey.
I need help. Come here. Oh, that'd work. I don't know. It kind of depends. By that time, yeah, I hope to be married, because if you get married old, then you're weird. And
well, that's just not fair to say.
personal opinion. I have to be out of Texas by then.
Watch me be like 40 and getting married, and Trinity just like, you're freaking weird, man.
I'll be like Kim Panye. Get out.
I pull like the Steve Urkel thing, like, oh well. And I do that.
I don't know, kind of in between
do that.
the career thing and kind of in between. I don't know. We'll see.
Before I eat this cracker, what is your celebrity crush? I don't really have one.
Oh no, there's so many. There's so many.
Who was the first person that came to your mind?
Jensen Ackles.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Mine is Jenkins Attenberry.
What? Jensen Ackles is the actor who plays Dean Winchester in Supernatural.
Oh, I haven't seen that show. I need to watch it.
I saw the first episode just the other day. It's not that
Or I have to leave it at that. Or like Tom Felton.
bad. Really
Yeah,
thought
Tom Felton.
Anybody who's British. I love British people.
You know, I guess I'll have to say, like, mine is probably, you probably won't know who this is either, but mine is probably Yvonne Strahovski.
Who's that?
She plays Sarah on Chuck.
Oh.
And she's also plays someone in Dexter, and
Who's she playing, Dexter?
she plays someone that
she
came along
plays
like
the
season
girlfriend.
7.
Oh. I was
Something.
wrong.
No, she did play the girlfriend. I haven't seen much of Dexter because it's kind of, I don't know, it's a little more violent than my taste. But I've seen like clips and pieces.
I would call it gruesome because it's not entirely violent. I've been watching up to like season 3. It's pretty good.
Those are the TV shows I like.
It's very serious and I would grim. Grim's a good word for it. You
No,
know?
I can't handle dramas. I don't like dramas with no action. I need to see someone die. Not to be like weird or anything, but that's just the kind of shows I watch.
Here, how about this one? What was your childhood celebrity crush?
Childhood. Oh. What did I watch as a child?
Like, you can even keep it with Disney Channel.
I wasn't real big on Disney Channel until I was in like junior high. Since I'm so addicted to Harry Potter, I'd probably say someone from that, like,
Dumbledore.
No! That's not funny.
Hagrid.
It's Live the Bold Men.
Who's that guy with like the weird eye and glasses?
Mad Eye Moody.
Man, you really know Harry Potter.
Ask me anything, I can answer it for you.
Harry Potter.
No.
I still need to watch Harry Potter. I haven't watched any of them yet.
Dude, you're the movie guy. How do you not watch Harry Potter?
Yeah, I took him to, we all went in LA, and we went to, like, the visiting place, and him and Brandon were just going, I don't know what's happening, but okay.
Brandon and I liked it, though. Like, we had no clue what was going on. But, like, still probably one of my favorite parts of that thing.
It was so funny, because I was crying my eyes out, and Rose was, like, sympathetic, and she was like, I understand, and they're just going, what?
Well, there's a big spider thing on the wall.
Yeah, we're going through the ride, and they're like, I don't know what's coming at us, and I'm like, I know too much.
What is that thing?
But I'd say, like, probably, like, Daniel Radcliffe or Tom Felton as a kid, probably.
Yeah. Mine was
That or Orlando Bloom. I watched him when I was little.
Yeah, mine was probably, I really liked China and McClain. Yeah, it's that. Like, that was my childhood crush, was China and McClain.
Wait, hold on. I don't recognize that.
Ant Farm. She
was China and McClain.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. She was just my childhood
Like
crush.
the normal thing would be like Hannah Montana or something like that.
Well, I mean, Ant Farm, I don't know. It was just like Ant Farm, I guess.
Oh, it's that girl. She has really thick eyebrows. Oh my gosh.
She's weird now.
Yeah, she's on some show called Black
Lightning.
Black Lightning. Yeah.
Yes, that. I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's kind of.
That sounds
interesting
like
show.
like it would be very weird because lightning is not black. It is like very much electricity, which.
Are you racist? Is that what we call it?
Oh.
Do you have something against Black Lightning? Would it be better if it was White Lightning Kanye?
How about just Lightning McQueen? How about that? Okay.
He's red.
Completely.
That's racist. Everyone's not red.
I can't win. Okay.
This is an unwinnable war. Okay.
Let's bring this back to like the
The only way it could get worse is Sika Chiga.
That's our word.
Okay.
Let's bring this back to like the musical. Let's do a singing. When do y'all think y'all like discovered your singing voice or like your passion for singing?
I'd definitely say sometime in the last 2 years. I think it really came to like a head during Beauty and the Beast. I had a small solo in Cinderella last year, but I just really wanted to be on stage. So singing and like learning pitches and stuff like that for Beauty and the Beast was probably around when it started.
That was about me last year for Cinderella. Well, it's just like, and whatever. No, it was whenever I got picked on a whim by the prince who played the prince was had asked if I could be in a quartet with them, and learning to do that really it really made me want to sing more.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I didn't really know I could sing until last year. Like, it was one of those things where, like, I didn't sing in front of people. And then my junior year, I had a very bad opinion on singing. Like, I didn't want people to, like, see me as a weirdo for singing. And it didn't even make any sense. But, and I didn't really think I had a great voice. So then I auditioned for Cinderella. That was the first musical I didn't audition years before that. And she was like, do you have a song prepared? I was like, no. So, because I didn't even know we were auditioning that day. And so she said, just sing one of your favorite songs. So I did. I think I sang My Life by Billy Joel. And I finished it, and she was like, okay, you can sing. And I was like, really?
Did you react like that?
Oh my.
Really?
I was just like, well, what? Okay. And then this year, I took vocal lessons, and I learned this is how you control your voice, and this is the range you can be in, this is what you can do, and
I remember
just took off.
I remember for She Loves Me, we were practicing pitches with songs and stuff, and you were starting to learn how to to harmonize with things, and you did pretty good at that stuff too.
Thanks, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would dream here if I got to be in musical theater. If I was in a Broadway show, I would be like, you know what? I'm happy with life. I don't have to do anything else for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially if I got to play George Novak. For real, the whole show.
I don't know. My guy was pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah. Got to be the... I don't know how you would describe Mr. Kodai other than being the worst.
He's not cool. He was not a cool dude. He was at first, but then...
He was creepy. Oh, I don't enjoy him.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your character.
It was a joke. No.
Let's not get offended here, Campagna.
You know
we
what?
need to have an intervention?
Okay, I'm going to be offended if I want to be
Oh,
offended.
okay, break it up, ladies. You're both pretty.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've been waiting for someone to say that to me.
I
Because I didn't think I was pretty. Okay, let's continue on.
Okay.
You're good now?
So,
How to get those emotions out.
Next
yeah.
question.
I'm trying to get to it. Okay. So, in life, or like in generally, like, what would you consider like a major passion for you that you could see following for the rest of your life? Not career or anything, but like, you know, just a thing that you really enjoy doing, that you would try to incorporate into your life as you go on.
I mean, I guess, yeah, for me, like I said, like, I guess my passion would be my career. like I just love movies. I love acting. I love acting and singing together. I mean, like I said, anything around that. I mean, if I got to be an actor, that would be the dream come true. Like, that really would.
What about you?
I mean, if we're gonna go by dream, I really would enjoy going into like acting or just being like involved in the process of making a film/TV show. Just like anything to do with that. I think it's kind of funny, but like same thing. I think it'd be like a major dream come true if like, you know, I could be an actor, but. That's, I mean, it's very far-fetched, but, I mean, I think either, I don't know, I'm very in between. I like taking pictures, I like acting, I like singing, I like writing. It's just very different, but I'd say probably acting.
What about acting and stuff makes you, like, really helps y'all embrace what it is as a passion? Like, what's your favorite part and what draws you to acting?
I think for me, it's like, so for like as long as I can remember, reading has always helped me. I used to be like depressed, and reading would help with those like feelings because I could, like, it takes you away from like the world and you can like slip into this new world. But with acting, it's not entirely different. You're slipping into a new person and you don't have to deal with the world as it is, and like you can be the funny person or you can be the serious person or you can be the sad person. Like it just, like you can just be a whole new person for a day.
You're not like exactly assigned a characteristic that you're forced to stick with every day.
I mean, I think with acting, and it kind of came from the same place with me, was it's almost like an escape. Like it's hard to explain to people that like don't really do acting, but it's like when you get to be someone, like in someone else's shoes, and like portray another person. It's refreshing. It's fun, and then like entertaining people. Like that's the other factor to me. That there's a selflessness that comes with acting, and it's the whole premise of it is to give joy to other people, or understanding, or whatever it is. But you entertain other people and make their lives, so you become the escape for other people while you get to escape yourself. Staying in reality is not always fun. I think it's good to step outside of reality every now and then.
For the next question, I guess, what would be a dream acting role? You kind of said what you want for like a play, but if you were to like do a movie.
I always I would love to play kind of someone that's a little bit of like a characterized version of myself. Like I kind of like the kind of goofy, like, not scared people, but like
Underdog almost.
Yeah, like underdog characters that are funny in their own way, and they're just kind of. I would love playing like Sean Spencer from Psych. I don't know. That would be a hilarious role to play. I wouldn't. Maybe like a Marty McFly-esque character, or Chuck is like one of the most relatable characters to my life. That one would be just really fun to play, to react to everything and like, just those kind of really reactive roles. What about you, Trinity?
it's very cliche. We've already been here, but I'm a big like Harry Potter fan, and I think something I've always dreamed of doing is playing Hermione Granger, and you obviously don't know who that is.
I do, actually.
Disappoints me.
I know who it is.
I
know enough about Harry Potter.
Okay. Well, she's just... We're very alike in many different ways. I do have a sort of sarcastic wit about me that I don't like, that I don't think she has, but like everything else, like I spend every like waking moment of my life reading, and I'm a stickler for the rules most of the time, and like it's just kind of funny. I just always like I immerse myself into the world so often that it's just something I've always dreamed of doing. So I mean, obviously, if I was crying at, like, Harry Potter world, like, of course I'm going to be very attached to it. So I think it's, like, the world and the person at the same time. So.
Yeah. I think that's why I like Chuck so much, is because literally in the show, Chuck's character works at a tech shop. And, like, he's good at it, but he doesn't... That's not what he wants to be doing. But he has to. It's like a means to an end. He has to do that to get to be, like, what he actually really likes being, which is a spy. Which I don't want to be a spy. But, you know, it's that kind of thing, and it's, like, just very relatable character. I'm like, I would like to play someone that's like myself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. What's one major regret that you have in your life that, like, you wish you could have changed at some point, or have not done? Like, either do something before, or undo something and do something else.
I for sure regret not joining One Act earlier. I think that's probably the thing I regret the most, because I've grown so attached to the people, and it's just a really life-changing experience, and it's kind of sad because like half my friend group is like taken off, but I don't know, I wish I had like discovered like my passion for the acting and like the people and the characters like earlier.
Yeah, I think honestly for me it was like this was my senior year of high school. I wish I would have stayed in the moment more, because like the first half of my senior year, like like half of my friends that half of my best friends that I have now, I didn't even like really know that well, so I probably would get to know those people earlier. And I think other than that too, I mean, it's just staying in the moment and never losing those times, and really holding on to the moments that I had, because it's one of those things that you don't realize how special a lot of those moments are until they've passed.
Yeah, it's really important to realize like what's going on around you, so you can make the most of each day, even if it's like not the best situation. With me in football, last year when I tore my ACL, I had so many things that I could have done or could have made the most out of that I just let pass by, thinking, oh, whatever, just because I was bummed out about my knee.
I think a big thing for me, like this year, was that I didn't really realize what I had joined until it was too late. I didn't realize that I had joined such a good group until the last like 3 months of school, and then I started to like treasure everything, and then like the next thing I know, I'm bawling because it's like the last performance and people are leaving, and I don't know.
Yeah, it really does. It bumps me out whenever things have to like pass on, but it's always for the best, you know. Where would you like in the future? What kind of places would you want to live, and why? It doesn't have to be like a forever home. It could be a lifestyle.
I picture myself like, if I was gonna live somewhere, I'd like to like. This is saying that I make a good amount of money, right? Like this is like best case scenario. I would like to live in like a modern, house that's kind of cool, like on a beach, like an LA beach. I don't know. There's something about the beaches of LA, like the whole city of LA, that I just love it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's not Texas.
It's really funny because I've never actually met anyone that has the same like what is it, like the same like itch to get out of here. Like I want to leave here and I want to go somewhere that's like a lot better, and someplace that I've always imagined myself as in like
aspirations.
What?
No, aspiration.
What?
I was offering. I dropped my phone. Okay. I was offering a word that you were looking for. Sorry.
I think that I've always imagined myself in, like this is also assuming I make a large amount of money, in a house in LA, like a large house in LA, and that's like a huge pipe dream, and like the odds of it happening are pretty slim to none, but I mean, it's just what I've always wanted.
What? Zach, stop dancing.
Why?
Because
no one can see you dancing. Just us.
There's no need to dance because they can't see you dance.
You can dance. Okay. What would be the biggest hardship you faced in your life so far, and what'd you learn from it as a person?
Biggest hardship I ever faced in my life was the period of time that I went through, the 15 knee dislocations that I did in my life. I spent 2 years either on crutches or in a wheelchair, which I think for me, I mean, honestly, that taught me the most valuable lessons in my life. Because, I mean, you know, literally you just sit in a chair all day. That's when I learned I loved movies, because I could just watch movies. That's when I taught myself everything about film and got into acting, and it was just those times where, the lesson I took from it was, because my life, I mean, genuinely, looking at it, kind of sucked at that point, because there wasn't, at the same time that all that happened, I lost a lot of friends. So then I didn't have that many friends. I couldn't walk, couldn't really do anything I wanted to do, and I realized I could sit there in that chair, and I could think, and I could go, life is happening to me. Like, all of this, why would this happen to me? Like, what? It is so easy to slip into this victim mentality of, like, what did I do to deserve this? Why did life just give me these rotten lemons? But what I took from that, what I learned was, I mean, first off, life doesn't owe you anything. Second off, you can't go through your life with a victim mentality. You have to take hold of your life and go with it. It doesn't matter. You have to take what you're given, because I realized, like, hey, maybe I can't walk, but there are some people that can't move,
At all.
At all. Like, they can't even move their body. Like, they are, constricted, or they have, there's some people that today know that they're going to die in, like, 2 weeks. And they're, like, 15 years old, right? Like, the same, that's not me. So, I learned, like, life may give you rotten lemons. It doesn't, life doesn't really grow great lemons, usually, Like, this is kind of one example here. But what you can do is, what I learned, so God will give you the tools and the things you need to plant that seed and make a lemon plant grow. But you have to maintain it. You have to water that plant. You have to protect it from the storms. You have to fertilize it. You have to go to the work. Now, God will give you the tools, but you have to do the work in order to grow good lemons in your life. And so I learned that from that experience. And yeah, I wouldn't regret that time at all. As much as it sucked, I learned some really valuable life lessons there.
That's a good outlook on that. Really changes your perspective on how you view yourself in the moment.
Yeah. It's... I hate telling this story because most people think that it's really cliche, but my ex-boyfriend, when we broke up, I went into, like... I told everyone that I'm good, and all of that, but I, like, slowly sunk into this, like, really, really, really deep depression, and it sucked for a long time, and I really... I didn't want to be around anymore, and I just hated life in general. And I mean, beginning of your junior year, it's like there's so many things that like are going on academic wise and like friends, and it's just like a lot to deal with, and I couldn't handle it. And the only person who like got me through was Sizemore, the director to musicals and all that, and she just told me to just hold on, because eventually the sun was going to rise. And there was no need to, quit before you were ahead. And so I just kind of learned that sometimes you have to be completely broken down to the bottom of the bottle before you can be built back up. So, yeah.
I mean, okay, I think that's about all the time we have for now. Let's wrap this up with one last question. What's the thing that you're gonna take away most from this year? Like at a lesson you learned, and friendship that you have.
I'll tell you that the thing that I've learned in life that is most important. I think it's the whole reason we're put on God's green earth is a lot of people don't get this, and the purpose of your life is, one, love God, and two, love people, because like that is the essence of what I think life is about. And I've learned that this year. It's like, hey, you got to do both those things, because if you don't, you let yourself slip into what you, I'm a person, I easily slip into depression. I've gone through it many times in my life, and you can't let yourself do that. And loving people involves yourself too. You have to love yourself in order to love others. I mean, you have to love yourself first. You got to love God first, and then you can love others. And I'm not saying love yourself like more than you love others, but I think there's a lot of people that struggle with self-hate or with self-harm, or just talk like people don't realize like they just talk down to themselves, and like that you can't love other people if you're not right with God, and if you're not right with yourself, and it's important. Loving people is one of those important things you can do, because most people in this world, in this country, in city, state, whatever, don't love themselves, and they don't feel loved.
It's a hard thing too in a world that really doesn't like to love others as well.
Exactly. So people need love. They need to feel loved, because most people don't. And like that, I've taken away this year. Like that is the most important thing. Is you've got to let other people know that they are loved.
What do you think you take away from this year?
Before this year, I did not have a solid group of friends. I had one friend, and I really appreciated them, but it never really felt like enough. And I think this year I gained a group of people that I, number one, didn't see coming, and number two, didn't expect them to be the way that they turned out being. So, like, there are good people out there that you can be around, and I didn't think that was possible before. And I think on the other end of what you're saying is that I needed to know that I was loved and that people wanted me around. And so just, I think a takeaway for me is that I am loved and I am cared for, and like I have a great group of friends that we're splitting apart, but we're trying to stay together. So yeah.
One thing I took away was I even junior year, I tried to be like something I wasn't. I tried to follow footsteps of people that I thought were really accepted and stuff, and then kind of realized if I was just myself, people were gonna accept me either way. People will like who you are if you're pursuing the best in your life, like in the best, like you're not being a jerk, you're just being kind,
Not being a jerk is a big part of it.
Don't be a jerk, combined.
What? I wasn't being a jerk, I don't think. Maybe I was.
He used to be a bully.
Freaking everyone thought I was a bully to you.
Kabunya's just over there holding people's lunch money. Like, hey, I needed that. Kabunya's like, I need more muffins. I'm a football player.
Oh, that's exactly what happens. Actually. Exactly what happens.
Stands there in like a charge stance.
I need more calories as a football player.
Athletic position, go.
My mother only allots me $7
I
every day.
need money to buy milk jugs.
Anyway, Zach, do you wanna sign us off?
Yeah. So thank you for listening. Like I said, this podcast is really just listening to people's lives, because I think the most inspirational thing is hearing about other people's lives and their passions, their dreams, and like how they deal with themselves and how they deal with others, because I think that that is what's really important in life is learning from others. And so yeah, I thank you so much for joining this podcast, and I guess I will see you in the next one.